So this was the trickiest problem on the 2025 Chemistry Olympiad local exam. I'm going to let you read the problem and feel free to pause the video to give the question a shot yourself. Alright, so hopefully you've tried the problem and maybe even got it right, but I'm going to go through the solution right now so that you can check it. So first off, hopefully you should realize that an equilibrium mixture with N2O4 and NO2 implies equilibrium for this reaction on screen. And so now, the problem explains that volume was doubled. And this means that pressure is halved because temperature is constant, so volume being doubled means that pressure must compensate by being halved. And so now that the total pressure is halved, the reaction must shift to the side with more moles of gas. And so you could justify this mathematically, but the way I like to think about it is that when you had that previous pressure, you had some number of collisions. But now that you've decreased the pressure, you've decreased the number of collisions. Now you want to get back to that number. So the way to do that is by shifting to the side with more moles of gas so that even though the pressure is still lower, because there are more moles overall, it will have more collisions. And so this will help you get back to that number like there was at the previous equilibrium and reestablish equilibrium. And so now let's get back to the question. 1 is true. The reaction shifted right, and so that means it is true that there are now more moles of NO2. And so 2 is what makes this problem so tricky, because even though the reaction did shift right, the partial pressure of NO2 is actually still lower than the initial state simply because the pressure was halved initially and shifting is not enough to compensate for this. So that means that the answer is 1 only, or A. Follow for more solutions to chemistry competition questions as well as AP Chem help.